Hello and welcome to the Crypto Masters podcast, helping the general public to gain an understanding of crypto assets. My name is Brian McCoy.
My name is Ross Eaton.
And we are the Crypto Masters.
Not too bad, not too bad.
No. All right, Ross. Let's get started on today's episode because we're bringing out a big boy. One of the big boys. We started out, you'll remember, with the big two, right? Bitcoin and Ethereum. Everybody knows the big two. Those were our first two podcasts, and deservedly so. But we waited a while to bring out this big boy. We're on podcast 15, and today's topic is XRP.
That's right.
Which is the number 4 coin now in market cap. Tether stable coin moved ahead of it on the market cap, but Ripple XRP has been really number 3 if you exclude the stable coin, number 3 for a long time. So it's been holding steady there for quite a while.
And at least for me, scrolling on coin market cap on it, like I still haven't gotten used to seeing Tether there, number 3. I don't know if anyone else is out there, but it's like, I don't know, it breaks my brain every time I look at it. Like, why is
you just expect to see XRP as number 3, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, let's take care of a little business here. Our goal is to provide information about crypto assets to help the public make their decisions in the crypto space. We don't try to predict short-term movements, so this show is not for short-term traders.
Yeah, we want to give you, the listeners, the power to, kind of do your own research. This is a starting point. Dig deeper, read the white papers. This is not financial advice. But yeah, we're giving you the power to learn and go forth. So,
yeah. Brian? Yeah, and we have to say that. So we're not financial advisors. But we do, we suggest you do your own research. Hopefully this will get you started. So, like we said, everybody, people who've been in the space for a while, Ross, like you and I, we've got so used to calling it Ripple that we're probably going to make that mistake today during this podcast. But XRP is really the coin. If you want to go buy some on really any of the exchanges, you would look for XRP. It just got synonymous with the company that didn't really start it, but that bought it, Ripple, and so everyone had called it Ripple over the years. But Ripple is really the company that we'll talk about that controls XRP.
Yep, Ripple Labs to be exact. So yeah, just a warning. From years of saying Ripple, we'll probably say Ripple for XRP, so don't burn us too bad in the comments.
Oh, we're gonna get burned. You hear about the Ripple army. Or the XRP army, I guess. So yeah, we'll probably get it, but anyway, that's all right. So we're going to talk about the coin a little bit, and this is interesting, Ross. It's been around since 2012, and that's basically 100 in crypto years.
Yep, that is right. It is
at the peak, so you can talk a little bit about its history also, but in January of 2018, the most recent peak, the price of XRP reached around $3.40. It dropped down, since then it dropped down to about August of 2018 until about now. It's been in a really narrow range. Somewhere around, 30 cents to, 20 or something like that for quite a long time. And we'll touch on maybe why that happened.
Yeah, I always have, I've used various apps, to track and buy crypto, and I always get alerts, especially the last couple of days for, Ripple and Bitcoin, or sorry, not Ripple, Ethereum and Bitcoin just jumping up, 5% gain, 5% loss. But I mean, I never get alerts for Ripple. It does not move much. But there's a reason for that, and like you said, we'll get into it. So
yeah, we'll get into that. So it started out in 2012, and I think Jed McCaleb we'll talk about him a little too. It was called Opencoin or something like that, wasn't it?
Yep. First, it was called Opencoin, changed their name to in 2013 to Ripple Labs, which is kind of the company running this whole thing. But yeah, that's kind of like brief history. I really didn't know, like I'd never heard of Opencoin before. But
no, that was before my time. Unfortunately, I wasn't in the space in 2012 and 2013. Wish I had been, but
well, Brian, I was yet a crypto master.
So. Oh yes. Well, I was reading back. We probably touched on this back in on Bitcoin, but I became one of those blockchain, not Bitcoin people, and I lost some valuable years doing that. But anyway, man, since I became a crypto master with you, we're all in now.
That's right.
All right, XRP, Ross. Let's talk about what problem it tries to solve. And
what is it solving, Brian? Give us the rundown.
Let me start out. So when you think about Ripple, and it probably does more, it does. XRP does more than this. But really what XRP is known for, what it started out, the problem it started out to solve, and really did a very good job of solving it, is the money transfer problem. And I don't know about you, I've never really had to do it, but sending MoneyGrams or sending money overseas is an expensive proposition and a slow proposition.
Yeah.
And you think about it, Ross, we've been sending emails for what, 20, 25 years, right?
Oh, forever, yeah.
You can send an email. I got a friend in Japan. I can send him an email. He gets it 2 seconds later, right? Why with money? Why are we still in the 1950s? And that's what Ripple and XRP said. There's got to be a better way. And there are a lot of currencies around the world, right? And the U.S. dollar is the standard. So I think what everybody does, even if they're in, let's say, England sending money to, let's say, the Philippines, they'll probably change the British pound sterling to U.S. dollars, send it to the Philippines, convert that to the Philippine pesos, or whatever. I think that's what the currency is. But so there's a lot of changing going on. It's expensive. There's a transaction fee on all those changes. It takes literally days, which is absurd. So that's what XRP does. It's a protocol. It uses XRP as the currency. So whatever you're sending, again, let's say the same scenario, England to Philippines, you change it to XRP, and the XRP is transferred, and then it's basically instantly transferred to whatever currency you want it in the receiving end, and it's super fast, like instant, and super cheap, like a decimal point and then a bunch of zeros and then a one. I mean, it's almost free. So you think of the problem they tried to solve. Kudos, great job. They did an excellent job of solving that problem.
Oh yeah, and really, I hadn't thought about it much before Ripple, but I mean, like you said, Brian, there's a lot that goes into just wiring and transferring money. I mean, I know looking into this, like even the bank sending the money to that foreign country has to have basically an account over there of holdings to be able to kind of move that money around. Of course, a bigger bank probably has a subsidiary or something like that, but it's a complex issue. It's a slow issue. Yeah, and Ripple, XRP has done this. But yeah, it's really about the transfer of money and converting it, to the native currency. So.
All right, so that's great. It's done a good job, a very good job of solving that problem, and it works with banks. It has a lot of banks that are its customers. I saw like Santander, I think American Express. Some of the even bigger ones are testing it, but they have actual client. I think they say they have 100, if not banks, 100 financial institutions using their products. So there's already some market penetration there. But let's talk now about the biggest criticism in our industry, meaning crypto, of XRP is that it is not decentralized. I mean, it's just not a decentralized asset like basically everything else in crypto, or all of the other major ones. They stress, they emphasize, they tout the fact that they're decentralized, and XRP is not.
Yeah, and I think this is the biggest knock in the crypto space. But on that subject, Brian, and I've got to refer to my notes here because I'm gonna ripple off a lot of numbers at you.
Oh,
but, just to show you kind of how this works, Ripple, there is a set number, and they release them at the beginning of each month. 1 billion tokens a month. Of course, well, we probably don't need to say it, but since it's centralized, there is no mining. Ripple Labs handles all that. And there's a total set supply of 100 billion. And it's wrapped up in accounts, owned by Ripple Labs, and they just kind of, dish them all out. But
yeah, I think initially they kept 80%, is my understanding, right?
Yeah, they kept a ton. Oh yeah.
And then the founders got a ton.
yeah. So
and then a little bit was sent out to the exchanges. I mean, a little bit meaning from percentage standpoint. But yeah, so that's what they're doing, and that's how they control it, because they don't want the price doing what we see in, even with Bitcoin and Ethereum. But then you get to the lower cap coins, or you get to the DeFi coins, where they're really going up and down, and they just can't have that. It doesn't work. The banks won't use it if it's doing that. So that's why they release their certain amount every month, and that's why their price stays in that range. Now, I'm sure they'd like that range to be a lot higher than it is, but they got to keep it in that range, because the banks have some XRP. The banks using their system have some XRP for some periods of time. I mean, it's not long, but I mean, they can't get hit with a 10% drop in an hour, which can happen in crypto. So, that's sort of why they're centralized. That's why Ripple is controlling the release, so that they don't have those big spikes or jumps up or down.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's just, I think for what it's trying to accomplish, it sounds like a good move to be centralized, to, like you said, to control it like this. So,
well, it's different, and we'll probably, we're going to touch on this in our final comments, but it is a different approach. You got to say that. Some people, like it, and of course, a lot of people in the crypto space don't like that aspect.
Yeah. Oh, and just one more last number to throw at you. There are currently in total circulation 45 billion XRP tokens. So still a little ways to go to get to that 100 billion. So
yeah, that's right. Now they were all released at the time, I guess back when it started, but I mean, released to Ripple, it kept 80%, so that's not really released. So they say it's not deflationary, but kind of is. I mean, they're putting more out on the market every so often. So
yeah.
Anyways, all right. So we talked about how it helps the people send payments overseas. Certainly is great for that. We talked about how it holds back the price fluctuations. Let's talk about the team. We usually try to touch on the team. I think I mentioned it was started by a guy named Jed McCaleb, and I want you to listen to the story about a man named Jed. Poor man. Don't remember that song? Okay, boy. Age Gap. That was Jed Clampett. That was the Beverly Hillbillies theme song.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
like Beverly Hills Ninja. Honestly.
Yeah,
that's more.
Okay.
That's more my time.
The generational gap is showing now. But anyways, Jed McCaleb actually started, like you said, Opencoin, and then Ripple Labs bought it, and a guy named Chris Larson came in very, very early, so he was one of the main guys. Those guys both got billions. I think I made a note. I remember 9.5 billion XRP each. And you think about that, at one point it was worth about 350 each. Those guys, at least, I don't know, Jed might have sold some of his, but Larson was worth more than 50 billion at one point, $50 billion. And then Jed left Ripple, and he had his, I don't know, 9 billion XRP, and at one point announced he was going to sell it. And the price plunged, and I think Ripple called him in and said, hey, let's work this out. And now he's on some kind of schedule where he can only release a little bit, every so often, so that it doesn't affect the price too badly. Jed also, as you may know, Ross, founded Stellar for Stellar Lumens, another coin we haven't covered yet, but we'll probably get to.
Yep, that'll probably be pretty soon here. I haven't looked at our little list, but
yeah, maybe we can assess it. Maybe if it's too similar, there are a lot of similarities between XRP and Stellar Lumens. A lot of people say so. We'll have to take that into account, but we can do a little compare and contrast, maybe.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, Ross, you got anything to add about XRP? You want to get into final thoughts?
Yeah, I guess the last thought, I think you touched on it, but since XRP is centralized, transaction speed is crazy. I mean, they consistently handle 1,500 transactions per second. Ethereum's at 15, Bitcoin's at 4 to 5-ish. So not talking about Ethereum 2.0. It's not here yet, so that'll be up there too. But yeah, since it's centralized, it's crazy fast. But it kind of makes sense with what all is going on.
Yep, and it has its niche. It's got its banking niche. It's got real customer penetration. A lot of coins can't say that. A lot of coins are, hey, in the future everybody's going to be using us, but right now nobody is, or almost nobody. But that's another thing. XRP is different. It certainly has a customer base, so that may bode well for it.
Yep.
All right, you want me to go first on final thoughts?
Shoot, Brian. Let's see what you got.
All right, my final thoughts are. I think either way, I have to look at XRP. Oh, by the way, a little quick story here. My first purchase on a crypto exchange, I don't remember. I think it might have been Coinbase. I think I was on Coinbase. Total noob. Was just looking around. Heard of XRP. Yeah, that XRP sounds good. That was the first one I bought.
Wow, really?
Yes, first one I ever bought. I threw $3,000 at it.
Okay.
Still have it. Now it's $1,600. But I mean, I'm hodling it, and it's gone down. I think I bought it at whatever. I don't want to really date this show, but really won't when you're talking about XRP. I think I bought it at 29 or something, and that soon after that we had a little bit of a bear market, and it got down to around 20. I think now it's back up to about 23. So I don't really know what it's worth. Anyway, that was an interesting story. I didn't know anything much about it. I'd heard of it. Don't know why I pulled the trigger on it, but that's kind of funny. But anyway, now that I know more, I look at XRP as kind of almost like I would a stock, like maybe like a bank stock, or owning American Express or Visa, I mean, something like that. It's in the same industry. I don't know, MoneyGram. It's better than those, so it'd be a good one to own. But I just don't look at it as a crypto because it's centralized, and I don't know. I'm not die hard. If it's not decentralized, it's the traditional banking that we're trying to get rid of. I don't really look at it that way, although I think there's definitely a positive to decentralization. So to me, the centralization and sort of the control over the price, or at least the release of the XRP out on the market, for me, that just makes it less appealing. I put that more in the category of my stocks. It just doesn't have the potential bang that we can get from a lot of these other crypto assets. And so for me as an investment, my crypto side, now my stock side is, sort of the more conservative. Stocks have risk, obviously, but I see the crypto side of my investing as, these have real potential to give me multiples on my investment. And I don't see that with XRP. I mean, it's possible. I mean, it happened in 2018. But I just think it's going to lag when the others have a real breakout. It's going to lag, but that you can say the same going down. So that's the benefit to it. It's not going to go down as hard as the others when we have a bear market. So for me, I'm saying, yeah, maybe I could invest in. I probably won't anymore. I own a little bit. I'll hold on to that until I get a good move up, and then I might sell it. But for me, it's like, okay, if I want to stay in crypto and be a little more conservative, I might buy some more XRP. But for the most part, I got a lot more exciting options that I'm going to go with. That's my final thought.
Okay. Yeah, I got to agree with you on the stableness of it. It's terrible analogy here, but it's almost kind of like an index fund. It's not going to excite you, and it's not going to wow you, but it's not a bad investment. It's going to go up.
Yeah, there's benefits to it. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I like that analogy.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I love the underlying technology. Just full disclosure, I own no XRP right now, but I have in the past. Just because I'm younger, I'm taking a little bit more risk. So Ripple's or XRP is not that appealing to me right now. But I love the idea they're trying to accomplish. And you might have mentioned it before, Brian, but the idea of being able to wire someone, across the world instantly is huge. That's amazing. I mean, like you've said, it's 2020 and it takes 5-ish days to wire someone money across the world. It just doesn't make sense right now. I still don't get why it's so slow. I know the process of wiring money is very convoluted, but I think this is a perfect solution for it.
Right. And I want to end with that as well by saying, kudos, great job for addressing a problem and actually solving the problem and doing a good job of implementing it in the real world with real banks. So, credit for that. It's helped a lot of people, that's part of what crypto is here for, is to help people. So it's helped people. I think, other cryptos are going to help people in similar ways and in different ways, but credit to the team and Ripple Labs for accomplishing that.
No, and to really nail in that point, it's a centralized system, so that transaction fee, they could bump that up to make more money, and it's low, and it could be a little bit higher, but they've kept it low and reasonable. And
yeah, I don't know the economics behind that. That's a good point. Yeah, well, I guess that's up to Ripple Labs, I guess,
Yeah.
That's another thing you can do when you're centralized. You got somebody there who can make a business decision and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, that was a interesting coin, a big coin. Now we've covered the top 3 coins that aren't stable coins. We're hitting a lot of different areas, Ross. We got the big, large caps. We've hit some low caps. A couple weeks ago, we did with Polymath, which is like, I think maybe a top 200, 300 coins. So
yeah,
we're hitting a lot of them. And you know what? We got a lot more to cover. And we'll be back next week with another one.
Yes, the infinite showing, because we've got infinite coins.
It seems like it. There's more coming out all the time.
That's right.
All right. This has been another episode of The Crypto Masters. Tune in to us next week.
All right.
Bye, everybody.
Safe.